As we dance our last waltz, darkness will fall. Darkness will fall.
He's here.
Took you long enough to find him.
I'm still trying to figure out how you knew he existed.
I have my methods.
Yeah. I'm well aware of your methods, Cornelius. All too aware. But how you got the okay for this little venture of yours is beyond me. especially considering how dangerous the subject is.
Your superiors recognize the value of this target. How long has he been here?
Since the incident.
Trapped in this abomination you embarrassingly call an asylum.
And where else would you like him to be held? A state prison? A local hospital? I think we both know how that would go.
How much do you really know about him?
According to our reports, he's able to hear every thought for miles. Millions of voices, invading every waking moment.
Define hell. Having your identity lost among legions of others, unable to distinguish one from another.
I don't think he knows what an original thought is anymore. He should be dead. The sheer toll on his mind and body should have killed him 100 times over.
That is what makes him remarkable. He has cheated death. That makes him an incredibly curious specimen.
Especially for you. But what I'm really struggling with is why Majestic will let him live at all. Seers are outlawed because of the damage they can do to history.
He can be a valuable tool for all of us.
You do know how he ended up here. What he did?
Because he had no control of his powers. I can assist him with that.
Yeah? For what purpose?
You know about the spike. That Nocturne activity is on a dangerous rise. It's become increasingly difficult to contain these threats while maintaining the secrecy of their existence and ours. With this young man at our disposal, we can identify those threats before they manifest, saving countless man-hours and lives.
Somehow, I'm getting the feeling your true intentions are far less noble.
Might I remind you, both your approval and understanding are utterly unnecessary.
Seems that way.
The wolf was a help, was she not?
Yes. She was quite an asset.
There is no better tracker.
I can't say she's any happier about finding him than I am. While we're on the subject, you do realize it's a violation to enlist outside, shall we say, contractors.
Those so-called contractors, as you and I both know, are a significant part of Majestic's payroll. I have the wolf and the hunter. And you have the angel.
But contractors, like Celeste, come at a high cost. I wonder, what does a man like you have to pay a monster like that for her loyalty?
We have quite a history and an understanding.
Doesn't seem the understanding type. More like the bite the hand that feeds you kind.
Humor is not your strong suit, Agent Green.
I wasn't making a joke. Understand this, Cornelius. I'm always watching you. You may have your sway with the others, but never mistake that carries over to me. Your arrogance will always be your greatest weakness.
Always a pleasure, Osiris.
Wish I could say the same.
did what you asked. I'm done.
For now.
He didn't give me much, but we expected that.
Cornelius has greatly overestimated his abilities if he thinks he can control that kind of raw power.
Just how powerful?
Crack the world kind of powerful. And now we know that the device he had me working on wasn't a coincidence.
The governor.
Yes. I completed it last week. It's based off of the leash, the very device that the Templars used to control the Nocturnes.
Then we were right. All of their science wasn't destroyed, as we were led to believe. How exactly does it work?
It erases a creature's identity without sacrificing any of its skills or instincts, making monstrous puppets of anything under its control. However, to recreate that exact device is impossible. It was an omen, imbued with powerful enchantment, and made of materials that no longer exist.
So for the seer, what would it do?
It would dampen his psychic abilities while recording the prophetic visions that he involuntarily has within it.
What do you mean recording the visions?
It filters them into it. You see, I constructed the device from a paladin crystal, among other sacred metals, and used one of my own enchantments to make it functional. When the visions occur, he'll be totally unaware, and the crystal will bypass his consciousness and store them.
If they're stored, that means they can be retrieved.
No. I installed a failsafe. If the governor were ever to be removed or accessed, it will kill the wearer and utterly corrupt the data, making it completely indiscernible.
Are you sure it'll work?
It's never been tested on any living being. However, by my analysis, it should, or kill him instantly.
I'm hoping, for once, your tech fails. He's better off dead. For everyone's sake.
Cyrus, I can't believe you would say something like that.
Despite what Cornelius may say, that thing isn't a tool. He's a weapon. One of mass destruction.
Who are you?
A savior.
God abandoned me a long time ago. You can't save me either.
And what if I told you I can?
Well, I call you a liar. So I guess instead of a god, you'd be the devil.
Doesn't matter if I can bring you peace.
Do you know what I have done?
I know everything.
Well, then I was wrong. You ain't the devil. You're just an idiot.
Been called worse. Now, do you want my help? Or not? What if you have to lose?
Let's say I agree. What's the cost?
You work for me. Let's cut through all the bullshit. Have you taken the time to ask yourself why or how you're even having this conversation with me, seeing that you were a drooling vegetable only days ago?
That's what that damn thing in my neck is, isn't it?
Yes. It's actually a temporary device until the real one can be implanted.
You didn't have my permission.
Peace comes at a cost. Are you really in any condition to negotiate that price?
So, it'll stop the voices for good.
More than that, it will allow you to use your powers, control them, instead of them controlling you.
So what's the catch?
If it doesn't work, you die.
Either way, it's a win for me.
You'll be domesticated a bit. Small price to pay for real freedom.
Just promise me that I will not be some lapdog.
All I can promise you is a life worth living. Or a quick and painless death.
Well then, when do we begin?
We need to have a serious talk.
I don't think you're gonna like what I have to say.
Trust me. I know you're not gonna like what I have to say.
Darkness will fall when the light is gone. Your blood runs cold and your time is done. As we dance our last waltz, darkness will fall. Darkness will fall when the light is gone. Your blood runs cold and your time is done. As we dance our last waltz, darkness will fall.